Hi, my name's Cheryl Ashton. I'm 41 years old and I'd just like to tell you about my experience of using Patient Access. I first installed Patient Access about 4 years ago. It was about 6 months after I had a hysterectomy. I had a lot of ongoing issues with pain and post-operative problems, and the staff at the GP surgery advised that I download it just because I could get test results and reports a lot quicker rather than keep going through the doctors or waiting for the next appointment to discuss results. It made me quite anxious that way. So once I got the results, I was able to Google, using NHS websites of course, what the problems were, and it gave me time to prepare for the next appointment to discuss results, meaning any questions that I wanted to ask I was able to prepare myself for and ask at the time. Ongoing different questions would pop up, so I just jot them down in a notebook, and then when I went to the appointment I was fully prepared and I didn't go away feeling like I wish I would have asked that, I wish I would have asked that. I also have a lot of problems with B12 and vitamin D injections, so quite a lot of blood tests. Again, phoning the surgery for the results, are they back yet, are they back yet? I don't have to do that anymore. It just comes through on Patient Access. If there's a problem, it's red starred. I know my GP is going to contact me and put me on the relevant medication that I'm going to need. I think the most important time Patient Access has come in handy was 2 years ago in June. It was 4 weeks after I'd had major abdominal surgery. I'd had an ovary removed that had been stuck into my bowel and on the pelvic wall. And about 4 weeks later, I was feeling very, very unwell. So I went to see the doctor and she sent me for a scan in Hadfield, not through the hospital. She sent me for a scan. Anyway, the scan results showed that I had a mass in my abdomen. She got the scan results, it was on the Friday. By the Monday, she called me back into surgery, say she was very concerned. She was going to contact my consultant because I was due a post-op check-up that month anyway, within a couple of weeks actually. And she was going to send in the results and get them to see me as a matter of urgency. She was really concerned. Anyway, the next day I had a phone call from the hospital saying he'd seen the results and he was filing it and he would see me at my post-op in September, which it was due in July anyway. So I contacted the GP surgery again, my doctor, and said, look, I'm a bit confused. You know, you said it was urgent. They said it was fine. What's going on? And she said, she was furious actually. And she said, right, the best way and the quickest way we need to go about this now is contact pals, tell them what's happened, and because you need to see someone immediately. So anyway, I did as she advised, contacted pals, and I got an appointment that day through the outpatient at the gynae clinic. Anyway, off I went. Got there, they'd lost the notes, didn't have any notes of the report. I got them up on my phone through Patient Access, and immediately I was admitted. It turned out I had sepsis. So I was in hospital for 3 days, on antibiotics for 10. Again, I believe Patient Access had a lot to do with it could have been a lot worse, the outcome. Patient Access has been handy when I've gone to appointments. I've had so many tests. I'm not kidding, my file looks like an encyclopedia. It's huge, it's like that thick. So when I go, I've been under the bowel consultant, the gynae, I've been breast. So I've been under all different ones, quite a lot happening in a short period of time. So I've gone to one consultant who's perhaps advised that I go for an MRI scan, but I've already had that done under a different consultant. Now, whether they've not looked or for whatever reason, I've said I've already had that done. They've had a quick look through, but bear in mind it is a big file. They can't find it. So again, I've had it up on Patient Access, shown it to them. So not only has it saved me time, it saved NHS money and their time as well, and me waiting to go for another test that I've already had done, and then wait for the results to be then go further to investigate what the problem was. On the lights note, Patient Access, It's really handy for booking appointments. Usually you'd phone the clinic and you'd say, can I have an appointment for next week? And then you'd go through times and dates that's available. It can take 5 or 10 minutes sometimes. No, I can't do that time I'm working. Have you got any later? Patient access, don't have to do that. I just look and I book a time and date that's suitable for me. Saves a lot of messing around. Same with prescriptions. As you can imagine, I was on quite a lot of pain medication and 5-gel, things like that. And I'd get it on repeat, but sometimes I'd end up with boxes and boxes of 5-gel that I didn't need, and they just kept coming. Now I just order what I need and when I need it, so I don't run out of medication and I don't end up with too much. Also, when I was in Gran Canaria, I was able to use patient access then to order medication that I knew I was going to run out upon my return home. I was able just to go and order the prescription. It was there the day that I come back waiting for me. So it's really handy. Using patient access has given me so much confidence when I go to an appointment to challenge, sometimes, not that I'm challenging person, but to challenge the doctors like I did when I've had repeat tests and things like that. Once upon a time, without patient access, I would never do that. You don't question someone like that, do you? But now I will do, and I'll ask questions, and I've got the evidence there to back it up. So when I am asking something, there was an incident when I had a camera and it was a different consultant that I seen, and he swore blind that my consultant didn't do the initial camera himself. And I knew that he did because I was there anyway. Thanks again to patient access, because he'd signed it off. It had been done by him. I was able to go to that consultant and say, excuse me, I was there. It was him. And there you go. There's the evidence to prove it right in front of him. So it's given me the confidence. It's eased a lot of anxiety as well, because again, I can prepare for appointments and follow-ups on test results, and I can ask questions that I need to. And I often find when you go into an appointment and they're telling you all this stuff, your mind's just bamboozled by everything. So you don't really have time to think of questions to ask because you're so busy trying to take in what they're telling you. It's really confusing. But having the test results prior, I'm past that. So I can ask the questions and I go out and I feel better. I'm filled with confidence. I feel like I've asked what I need to, and I can move forward from that. I think it's just turned things round for me, because before then, I could be waiting months and months from one test until the appointment to discuss the results. And I was so anxious during that time that I found it really, really stressful. Whereas now, I'm not so stressed because everything is there in front of me. Obviously, there's things that I still want to know. I don't mind waiting for that. I'm just not waiting thinking, is it something really terrible? You know, but what is it? Because I know and I can do the research. Like I said, NHS websites are really good for any information that you might find on there. And if there was something that I was really, really concerned about, I know I can go and see my GP, or I can phone the hospital, and I'm sure there's someone there that advise me. I rate patient access to absolutely everyone. I'll be sat in the waiting room and I always get chatting to people, and I always say to them, have you got patient access? Really seriously, you should try it. It's turned things around for me, because when I get chatting to people, I feel like they're all in the same boat as I was. The anxiety, the waiting, the time, the messing around where you're phoning up and making phone calls and going to doctors unnecessarily to get blood results when everything's fine and things like that. It's just completely changed things for me. And as I say, I do recommend it to everyone. It's one of the best things that I've ever installed on my phone. It's given me confidence. It's eased a lot of anxiety. in itself, I think, improves your health. So I'm the biggest advocate for patient access, and I will continue to recommend it to everyone that I see. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.